Yeah, what up? Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Back, man. Finna see how this new camera work, y'all. You know what I mean? I've spent this week adjusting it, doing certain things with it, so I hope it goes good for us, man. If it don't go good, if I start fucking up, I'm just finna switch out to the new camera. I'm finna stop the cast and switch out to a new camera. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Or I might just keep it going and save the audio, do like that, and then switch out on the next cast, something like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, so today we talking about this week in review, sort of, and how things went this week. It's been a wild and crazy week dealing with these debates. I want to bring up a few points that I thought was funny as fuck. Let me do you like that. Cast still looking good. Okay, still looking good. All right. Told you I was going to do this cast today. It just got a little late, but you know how I do. I do late cast. All that shit count. That shit count, homie. But anyway, I want to touch on the debates. The big thing about the debates that we're used to seeing are weak and mousy. And evidently she must have felt me dissing her through the screen or some shit. Dissing her through the TV or whatever. On that last cast I did, because she came with a little fire at the debates. Had a little flyer, a little flicker, a little shit like that. Whatever. What it up, you know what I mean? And I do mean a little flicker with her. You know what I mean? A little fire with her. I'm sure y'all happened upon her little soliloquy about America needing to right the wrong of slavery with money. She dropped a figure of like 200 billion to 500 billion. And some of us were disillusioned by that because we know that the amount is greater. Antonio Moore got at her on Twitter about it shortly after her, doing the debates or whatever, saying, yo, that number too low. And I got at her about it too, like, dropping my number. Like, the U.S. spending budget is roughly $4 trillion. The GDP is 19.3 trillion. So we're talking reparations of 17 trillion. That can be paid out of that 4 trillion. You can break that shit up. It's broken up between discretionary spending and mandatory spending. You can break that shit up. And I went at her on Twitter like, look, at 17.1 trillion, that's $500,000 per ADOS person. At 52 trillion, which is the high end, which is what I'm looking at, that's 1.5 million. You can break that shit up if you could manage the policies and all the shit you're talking about, cutting spending here, cutting spending there, cutting the war spending, all that shit she be yapping about. Like, just come with the real numbers was my argument with her on Twitter. Like, bring the real numbers. Don't be up there playing with white supremacist society. They don't tolerate that shit. They don't tolerate motherfuckers soft pandering, soft handling, pussyfooting when it comes to what the fuck they need to be doing. They don't tolerate that. They don't respect that. So I brought that to her. Just to let her know reparations can't be paid. And quit trying to, front in front of people like it's some unresolvable Rubik's Cube or some sort. Just do it. It's like Nike. Just do it. Cut the check. Quit playing. And y'all know on my channel, I question a few things about Marianne in these debates over the past couple months. The fact that in the first debate, she moused up around reparations. I'm still holding a grudge from that. I still got a grudge about that. And the fact that she showed up to these debates, giving lower and lower numbers, like, all right, 500 billion. She came out strong with 500 billion. Now it's 200 to 5. So I'm like, yep. My suspicions were accurate about her. Kicking that low ass number. That low of a number shows me that she has an ulterior motive, like I've been saying. She's out to please a white supremacist base somewhere deep down. by not saying the real numbers. I gave her a hashtag, say the real numbers. I mean, she's not genuine about pushing executive moves on our behalf with this. What I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? You understand? So I don't want us to be fooled by this chick. How hard is it to make an executive order, follow the numbers I'm talking about, and cut the check? One and done. Shit done. So I'm telling y'all, we got to hang her out to dry with the rest of the Democrats this 2020 election. I told y'all. We got local government to run through. We got the lobbying and all that shit, the groundwork type shit to get on. Like, come on, that's like Juvenile saying motherfucking, what's the movie? Ball of Blocking. I wish they made a ball of blocking. Real life, like we got other shit we could be doing. Now, if she come back in 2024 talking some shit, like talking for real, pushing again for reparations with the real numbers, then we'll be able to say for sure that she's been on our side, that she ain't fronting and playing. Right? So it's that. And, you know, the other elements of it, damn. I mean, I saw that aspect of her going on Tone Talks and hollering at the boy Antonio Moore. Shout out to Antonio Moore, the creator of the hashtag ADOS. You know, she sitting down with Tone, the interview and shit, big whooping it here and there, but not towing our line. I mean, I ain't trying to hear it. You fucking around. And none of us should be trying to hear it, is my quick point about her. They said they're going to have 8 candidates that are going to be in this next debate. Only 8 in this next debate. Or they have 8 already. They say if it's 10 or less, it'll be 1 debate instead of 2 like they've been doing. But they got just credentials for this next one. Like, you got to have certain credentials. You got to have 130,000 new or unique donors. You got to have at least 2% polling in like 4 different polls or whatever. And it all has to be by August 28th, so almost by the end of this month. So that's what's up. It's supposed to be where? In Houston, Texas. Houston. So down here in Texas, you know what I'm saying? September 12th, I believe, somewhere around there. And right now, Marianne ain't even qualifying. She ain't even ranking. She ain't ranking on no polls. Her donor game is fucked up. Everybody beating her. I mean, the motherfuckers that's like in the top slots is like Cory Booker, Kamala, Biden, O'Rourke, Warren. Who else? Bernie. I think like second, like almost there, almost ready to be at the debates is like Yang. I think Hickenlooper. Oh yeah, and Gabbard. I think Gabbard. She's close to being where Yang and them is at. So you know what I mean. Yang is like 1 poll away from being into these next debates. Gabbard is some polls away from being involved in it. So Marianne, she ain't nowhere in the fucking slot, man. She ain't got no slot. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. Second thing I want to bring up, man, what did I tell y'all about gun violence? They was going to bring up gun violence because of all of this gun violence. You know, we had the shooting, or they had the shooting out there in Gilroy, California at this garlic festival. So I was like, yep, they're going to be talking about gun regulation and all that shit. Watch for it. And yep, your boy P. Stradamus is on point again. They did. So Amy Klobuchar, her whole stance is gun violence is the NRA's fault. She's on this blame NRA shit. Universal background checks is just sitting dormant due to Mitch McConnell. And I told y'all that Mitch McConnell is a staunch NRA supporter on my post that I did on him. The last post I did on Mitch McConnell. But that's just a red herring, y'all, to me. Anytime you hear a politician going on and on and on talking about the NRA is this or that, as far as being laxed on gun policies that they spend their time and money lobbying for, they're scapegoating to the NRA instead of talking about white supremacist gun selling policies, because it's white people selling the majority of guns in America that get into the hands of all these mass shooters, Santino Liggins, all your Robert Bowers, all your Dylan Roofs. All those guys got background checks. There's no getting these guns from a Johnny thug on the street with these white dudes. They walking around, walking in the gun expos and the gun shops, buying them like hotcakes. Stalling something like universal background checks, who would need no universal background check? Just think about that. Just soak on that. Who would need something like that? It damn sure ain't black people. If a damn sure ain't black people. You know, black folk, we try to get a gun, they put a motherfucking microscope up our ass, a motherfucking observatory up our ass, when we got all the shit we need, paperwork, everything legal, all that shit, right? I'm just saying. So who is the NRA pandering to with the floating of this legislation on universal background checks? That shit is to leave room for white people who have seedy ass backgrounds and mental issues or whatever the fuck they got going on, so they can still get guns. The gun buying game is like the streets now. If you a white person, all you gotta do is open up your door, look out your door, and find a gun legally. If you white, you can bet your life on it. Beto O'Rourke, he was there talking about how money buys influence and access to the guns. But out of all the crap and the back and forth that they was talking, him, Booty Gig, all the mess that they was talking about gun reform and management, none of them had the nuts to say whiteness buys all these things. Whiteness buys you the influence, it gives you the access. Nobody says that. Nobody said whiteness is the root of that. That's the duck around, NRA or not. Whiteness gets you access to guns because in a system of white supremacy, whiteness gets this narrative of, what do we say, normalcy and goodness all times that no other group get. And they get the goalpost move when it's time to buy guns. It's goalpost moving. Oh, you need a gun, Timmy? All right, we're going to move the goalpost. Whatever you got going on, Timmy, fuck it. Get a gun. You get one. They only support gun control when it comes to black people. Look at the mo for that. Y'all remember that? They put that shit just in place for the motherfucking Black Panthers. Just for them. Who were in an open carry state. They were in an open carry state. Legally carrying firearms. Well trained with them shits too. The best type of motherfucker you would want to have a gun was a Black Panther. You understand? Just saying. Well trained, open carry state, NRA. It was the NRA that came with the Mulford Act, if y'all remember that. Let me get to the Chizette. Let me see how the stream is going. I just want to check a few things. All right, I'm still in the green. I'm still in the green. It's looking good. All right, YouTube. Don't fuck up, YouTube. You're doing good. You're doing good. Don't fuck it up. All right. Another thing I wanted to get at is this hashtag of Kamala got destroyed going on around Twitter. Been laughing about that shit. I was one of the, probably the early adopter of going in on that hashtag when I first saw it a couple of days ago. I got in early in the morning. I jumped on it early in the morning. Right when I saw it was trending, I was like, yeah, let me go and jump on this and see what the nonsense is about. Kamala got destroyed, right? And it's basically about how Tulsi Gabbard at these debates went on a rant about Kamala and her record of criminal justice with black people. And everybody was all, ooh, she did that. She got on her. She went in, ooh. And Tulsi Gabbard don't get no applause from me. She don't get no pat on the back from me. I know y'all remember for months we've been calling out Kamala. On the Breakfast Club interview, we went in on her. And she was talking about, yo, you expect me to think I'm going to do something just for black people? No. That shit. We got on her on that shit. Punk ass Angela Rye sitting up calling us all kind of Russian bots over exposing her record. Right? Yeah, punk ass Joyanne Reed calling us COINTEL Russians because of us checking Kamala on her record, right? Yesterday, punk ass Joyanne Reed, she even doubled down on the snide, sideways ass language directed toward ADOS society. There was a post yesterday where this just breaking down what was the guff about this hashtag taking off, right? After this hashtag took off, Joyanne Reed was on her Twitter, was in somebody's Twitter timeline. This guy named Wahali, what's his name? Wahali Ali, Wahato Ali, some shit like that. He's a CNN writer. He writes for New York Post, I believe. And in this little tagline for his little tweet, let me pull up the tweet. I think I got it here. Dude's talking about beware of the Russian bots and their promotion of Tulsi Gabbard and sowing racial discord. That sounds strange coming from a Habibi like Wahid Ali. Let me pull this shit up. Yeah, Habibi. Ain't nothing. That's what the fuck it is, man. Let me get to it. Let me pull this up. Let me just show y'all that first while I go find this picture. But there goes the article. New York Times. I say New York Post. New York Times. He's a New York Times writer. Joy Reid and New York Times writer float the theory that Russian bots are boosting Tulsi Gabbard. Now, it was his tweet that was saying that, hey, motherfucker, this is bots and all of this shit. It was his tweets. It's talking about Russian bots and racial discord. But she was just kind of nodding in agreement. But they put her name first. They put her black ass name first. You see how they do? If you're black, they don't play. They stay on code. Here go his monkey ass. Let me get to this. I got this tweet somewhere on my desktop, I believe, is where I chopped it up and dumped it. Here we go. His name is Wajahat Ali. Wajahat Ali. Motherfucker, Wajahat Ali. All right, let me. Okay, so we're looking at his face, but let me put his tweet up here. This Wajahat. All right, here go him and Joyanne Reed yucking it up over this shit. I read that. Beware the Russian bots in their promotion of Tulsi Gabbard and sowing racial discord. He can't even spell discord right. He just wanted to say racial discord. He just wanted to say something about race, and he's not even fucking black. He ain't black or Indian. Especially around Kamala Harris. And then she chimes in, Joyanne Reed. It is noticeable that her purpose in these debates has been specifically to take Harris down. But you see, they put her name as the first motherfucker to say, oh yeah, Joyanne Reed says that this motherfucker will watch out. Maybe because she's the more recognizable name. Okay, I can see that, but bitch, she a loser. She's a loser. Let me get back to my chit at. All right. She's chummying up with this dude with that kind of talk. See, so she knows she's trying to know black society, a racial disconnect that Even you Africans have, Joy-Ann Reid. You and your African disconnect, Joy-Ann Reid. So you're still salty about that. You're still hot about that. So I'm going to say that Joy-Ann Reid is still salty about ADOS making a lineage claim that doesn't involve Kamala, and it don't involve no Joy-Ann Reid. It don't involve nobody that's in the diaspora except ADOS. I think she's still salty about that shit, y'all. I could be wrong. I think she's still salty in the back of her brain because it don't involve Congolese people. This lineage claim, it don't involve the Congolese like her, and she feeling the burn from that, y'all. Be glad that we are eating at her. We are still eating at her about this shit. She can't even make a comment about an Indian woman who Kamala identifies as, off and on when she wants to. She can't even make a comment about an Indian woman without ADLS on the brain. I love it. I fucking love it. I love it when we get under the skin of these hard-headed, defiant, non-ADOS black people. I love it. I love it. All these different Sambos and non-ADOS blacks for damn near 8 months have been calling us all kind of bots and trolls and all this shit. Russian bots, all this shit. And after the first set of debates, y'all remember White Supremacist Society? If y'all remember, they just broke it down. They was like, man, they got off cold all the way. They started calling us out by name. They was like, yo, ADOS, they're birthers and sexists and racists, and they're a tiny group. Y'all remember all that shit? Alright, just saying, remember that shit, alright? I remember that shit. Because I do stories on the shit, so it ain't hard for me to remember that shit. Hold up, somebody in the chat. Or not. Marquez Temple, what up? Salty as hell, Marquez. Hold up. This is what I'm gonna do, Marquez. This is what I do when I see salty shit happening. This is what I do on all my tweets and shit. I keep this shit handy, man, for the sake of shit like this. It go like this. That's that bitch. That's that bitch. Anytime somebody do some salty shit, I pull this GIF up. I got it saved on my desktop, so I can pull it up at any time. I'm on Twitter, anytime, anywhere. That's them. Salty as fuck. That's the real. But like I said, man, I mean, goddamn, if y'all remember, ADOS, we was getting called out by name. By all these different publications. If y'all remember, I went on that little writer chick, Nyla Burton, writes for all these Jewish publications. Half Indian, half black chick, disparaging the investigation that ADOS has been doing on Kamala and all these pandering politicians. We ain't letting nobody slide. Because we called out Kamala for not being ADOS and being far removed from the experience of black life in America, which she is and is gonna forever be, which is why she was so callous toward black people. Remember when she was Attorney General, DA, all this bullshit. Ask the family of the boy George Gage. He's still in jail right now. He's serving 70 years behind Kamala Harris and on his case. And all the evidence says that he ain't did it. He ain't guilty. He sitting 70 years fucking around with a fucking Kamala Harris. Just keep that shit straight. I mean, y'all remember White Supremacist Society was so desperate to malign us after the first debates. They were conflating our criticisms of Kamala's records and lineage, because we was getting on both things, her records and her lineage. They was conflating it and trying to minimize it to just us criticizing her lineage, because they need to run with a tagline of, ooh, black folk, they the racist, they racist. Ooh, look at these, oh, they so daggone racist. You see what I'm saying? That's what they was going for. And we know White Supremacist Society always look for a way to try to cling to something so they can take it out of context or make a false equivalence about whatever the fuck to say black people are racist. They live for that because they know that that's a noose that hangs around their neck. The racism tag, that's them. They know that's their game. They know that their society's racist. When you look at their infrastructure and their processes, they hold the record as the racial group for being the ultimate racist group on earth through the infrastructure of racism, white supremacy. It ain't no fucking game. Racism is a process. It ain't something you can just be one day, then not all the other days of the year. You understand? Just think about that. How can we be bots and goddamn fake Russian accounts and all of this shit? How can we be all of that January through March, but all of a sudden be sexist, racist humans, American humans in June? Put that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Racism is a running process. It's a running process with humans behind it that white people are just ashamed to be stuck with alone. That's what it is. They don't want to have that sitting on their chest, warming up their throat alone. So they stay trying to throw a false narrative at other groups, especially black people, into things that are their wheelhouse. That shit is all them. That's their wheelhouse, right? And they're so low, they're so low as individuals that they will randomly conflate some shit, anything that we do as racism, just to get a temporary feel good for the moment about upholding a racist society on one hand, how they do all the time. They uphold a whole racist society, but they want to try to what can we cherry pick? What can we find? What can we make up and conflate and faggotize and bitchify? What can we do to try to make somebody else, preferably black people, look like? I mean, this is what they do. Nobody's calling Tulsi Gabbard a racist for investigating and finding out all the dirt on motherfucking Kamala. Nobody's, you know what I'm saying? This is shit that we've investigated, shit that we've been done found out, but nobody's calling Tulsi Gabbard a racist. Right? You see how they ran to that Russian bots thing and that shit? Ran to the Russian bots, and then Joanne Reed heard the dog whistle and said, yep, that's my time to jump on black Americans, American blacks, America's ground state blacks, because I'm a African bitch that ain't finna get no reparations. I'm mad. I'm salty. I'm finna run with the salt lane. I'm a dumb bitch. This is what she thinking in her mind. I'm a stupid dumb bitch that's finna run with the salt, because I'm jealous that they holding their nuts on the world, and Congolese motherfuckers don't hold their nuts like we do over the whole fucking world. I'm not involved in this. I'm jealous. I'm mad. This is what she on. I'm telling you, this is what the fuck she thinking, huh? I'm saying, so don't forget, y'all, this presidential race has really showed us a lot. Hold up, I see some faces in the chat. What up? RDB Fresh, what's the good? Boy, what's happening, man? Good to see you, man. Yo, what up, Zaire? What's good, boy? What's good, man? Marcus Temple said I need my 40 and a Bentley. Yo, you'll be able to get that, man. Yo, if we go for the $17.1 trillion reparations, that's $500,000 per every ADOS walking in America, man. If we get to 52 trillion, yo, that's 1.5 million for every ADOS walking in America. Marquez Temple, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you get your 40 and Bentley, bro, and you got some extra to, saying, do whatever with. Play money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we talked about that a little earlier, how the money look, man. Yeah. Just rewind it. Rewind the tape. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, ain't nobody calling out motherfucking Tulsi for being a racist. And from this system that we've seen a racialized attack on black society. And we're peeling off layer after layer right now. This is what's happening. We're peeling off the layers of this racist society. And this presidential race has really exposed that shit, right? And we just said, oh, y'all finna be doing like that? Well, let's just peel back the layers and see who, what is what on an intimate level. And then let the chips fall where they may. Y'all get mad. Y'all bitching and fagging and pissed about it. But y'all can't stop that. We done peeled y'all shit. Y'all done got your shit peeled playing, right? That's what happened. Everybody got their shit peeled playing with us. Right? And I'm glad that these debates have shown the bottoming out of just any love that black people would have for politics right now. Any love that black folks had for politics that was kind of hanging over from Obama and shit. Presidential politics in particular. You know, there's moves that can be made locally or whatever. You know, if you really grassroots the process. But Presidential politics is a fucking rap, man. We ain't fucking with it. That's just it. I don't know who live in a world where they think that ain't what's going down. I don't understand what the fuck they could be thinking. You understand? We in a different era right now. We not in the NAACP era. Yo, what up, Black Capricorn? And what up, Sugar Ray Henry? Yo, Sugar Ray Henry say, I'll take mine in crypto. Word. Yo, all right. Do your thing, man. Do your thing, man. On the low end, bro, it's $500K for everybody at $17.1 trillion of reparations. Yo, at the $52 trillion reparations, yo, that's $1.5 million for everybody. You understand? I mean, but the thing about y'all gotta, we gotta just see the lane we in, y'all. Be proud that we're in a different lane than everybody before us. I want y'all to just keep this on your mind state. Because if y'all follow me on Twitter, definitely follow me on Twitter at PStillDGAF. Follow me at PStillDGAF. P Still don't give a fuck. This is my second account or third account, fourth account, whatever the fuck. From a couple months ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm back up. But I've been going at the intellectual community. I've been going at, intellectuals and all kind of people, just not really playing with nobody. Just I'm really in the stride again, and I'm glad to see the vibration that we keeping up as ADOS. I love to see the ADOS community. Everybody just we kind of really gang over this shit. You understand? We really gang up over this shit, right? So I'm saying, like, understand that our footing, y'all, just when you come to my channel, you're going to get an understanding of our footing in this bitch. You know what I mean? So we can have some sure footing around this bitch, and we can be on an intellectual, vibrational space that jump, that kick, that hit a motherfucker, right? I've been thinking about this, man. Like, what we doing, this ain't no NAACP shit. This ain't no we shall overcome shit. This ain't no us help everybody shit. This ain't no civil rights movement. This ain't no social justice movement. This ain't none of that. This ain't no social justice movement. You understand? What we doing is an economic justice movement. You understand me? A social justice movement, that shit hold society into the mist. Everybody get brought into the midst of it, right? Anybody can hold hands and, oh, we shall over. Everybody can hold hands behind a social justice movement because it's open environment shit, right? I was on Twitter today explaining to one of these guys, Kenneth Nunn, that was trying to troll Sandy Darity. I had to get his ass. You don't fucking troll the OG Sandy Darity. I'm just going to come over there and bust you upside your head with these facts and just let you just sit there. But I had to get at him like, look, this is a very closed off issue that we're having. He was trying to tout this whole thing about, Pan-Africanism. He was like, the reparations movement, it used to be one of internationalism, and that was what was happening, and this is just a joke. And I said, no, motherfucker, no. I didn't say no, motherfucker. You only got a few, however many characters, man. You got to, use that shit wisely. I know how to use it wisely. Those of you who follow me on Twitter, you saw this tweet. I was like, man, the reason that shit didn't work, the reason all those reparations movements that you're talking about didn't work was largely due to the grounds of this internationalism. It was a hodgepodge. It wasn't clear delineations into who and what is what, who get what. Now we cutting that shit out. We ain't trying to hold hands with Africa. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We ain't trying to hold hands with Africa. Let's just get that out there. We ain't trying to hold hands with Africa. We ain't trying to hold hands with the Caribbean. The Caribbean and Jamaica and Haiti are actually the two largest immigrant groups of black people into America. The largest immigrant groups are from Jamaica and Haiti. Third is Nigeria. So they up there. But we ain't trying to hold hands with no Caribbean. We ain't trying to hold hands with no. This is our own economic justice movement. You see what I'm saying? It's an economic justice movement. It ain't about no social. It ain't about no holding hands. It ain't about no warm, fuzzy feeling with the motherfucker next to you. It ain't about none of that. All right? So Yeah, it's got to move like that. Yo, Marquez Temple say, yo, this that get down and lay down stuff I mess with. Yeah. Which hand you roll up with? Which hand you roll up with? Nah, man, he's tripping, man. Which hand you roll up with? You know what I'm saying? It's that which hand you roll up with shit, motherfucker. I mean, which side of this motherfucker you want to fall on? Which side of the sword you going to fall on? Left or the right? Forward or back? You got to, you know what I mean? ADOS, we forward progressing on our shit. So y'all need to, you know what I mean? Roll with or get rolled the fuck on. It ain't no option. It ain't no other option for nobody that ain't us. I'll give an ADOS motherfucker an option to sign a little waiver and say, I don't want my reparations. I don't want none. I don't want no money. Fine. You can do it. But don't nobody else get no option to try to hate. Motherfucker, nah. You know what I'm saying? You don't, nah. You ain't there like that. You ain't a part of this very closed off endeavor. And that's what fucked us up in the past, is us not being able to say no. We had a problem with not saying no. Right? That was just it. We had a problem with not saying no to motherfuckers that wanted to just grab on to us and hang on to us and all this shit. Yo, is it real? Say ADOS for ADOS. Yes, sir. All the fucking day. Day through the fucking night. Is it real? Say friends at a distance. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? That's shit your grandmama used to say. You gotta be friends with some people from a distance. 10-foot pole they ass. I'm over here. You way over there. And I'm way back here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, real life. Real life. So yeah. That's just what it is. I just want to just drop a few things, y'all, on where the fuck we landing in the midst of all this hatred and whatnot that we getting. It's like, yeah, I likes that shit. I fucks with the hatred. I know how to do that. You know what I mean? I'm good for that. Man. So when you come your boy Peace channel, man, just know, man, you know, I noticed some of my videos the videos that have done the best, it'd be the videos where I just go in on people. When I start talking about people and motherfuckers and shit like that, people seem to like those videos. I like to do, like, you know, research heavy topics type of shit like that. But every once in a while, yo, what up, work of art? What up, Miss Lady? Good seeing you. Just get off the J.O. What's up? Good seeing you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to get off the J.O. at some time. That's how this shit go. Everybody got to lead the justice at some time. That's how it go. What's good? Everybody say what's up to Miss Work of Art. She in the house and shit. What's good? So I'm saying, like, you know, I like to do content that's like, you know, research heavy type shit. Shit that bring facts that motherfuckers ain't thought about all day, all week, or whatever. But I notice, you know, it be the videos where I'm just like, I pick a target. I'm saying, and I just go. A motherfucker. You know what I mean? I pick a motherfucker and then I just go, right? Them be the ones that get a lot of views, man. I guess people like to hear me go in on people, you know? And I'm just from the mind state, you know. Like I say, man, Professor Black Truth is one of my idols in this motherfucker. He say, you know, average motherfuckers talk about people. Average motherfuckers talk about people. People that ain't average talk about events. And people that's better than all of that shit talk about ideas. I try to keep my shit idea oriented, right? But I realize, you know, I got to bring all different types of content. So I go in and out of that chamber of getting at a motherfucker type shit, right? I do that, right? I'm gonna bring some other shit like that, you know, from time to time. I like to, you know, kind of personalize it from time to time because I know people like that shit. When I went on Michael Eric Dyson, motherfuckers like that shit. Certain different posts, man. Like when I go in on Coons, I went on Steve Harvey, motherfuckers like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on. Oh, let me see what it look like on the screen, man, because I changed and flipped the game. There you go. Or to be fresh. Y'all bet you ain't know it was gonna show up like that. Shout out to Artie Be Fresh for the $5 in the motherfucking super chat in this bid. Appreciate you, boy. Appreciate you. Good looking out on that. Can't say you never done nothing for me, man. Appreciate you, homie. So yeah, yo, when y'all give the super chat, yo, y'all gonna see it's gonna be different colors and shit like that. You see how you get your name up at the top. I'm glad you did that, Artie Be Fresh, for the sake of a demonstration that I want to show people. You know what I mean? For that sake of it, you know what I mean? But at the top, you see you get your logo up there, you get your amount or whatever, and it'll just scroll in and out. Like if somebody come up and drop 500 or something, it'll show up. Like the ones that are like, you know, smaller donations, they don't stay on forever. Like if somebody drop a big one, they'll get pushed out type of shit. But just to know the science of things. Yo, Zaire said, gotta set these motherfuckers out, Pete. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm kind of leaning to. Like, I want to kind of, you know what I'm saying, just pick a target type shit, man. Like, just pick a target type shit. I'm good at that, man. Like, really. And just let me clean the scene with them. Show me who it is. Point them out. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. That shit fun to me, too. You know what I'm saying? I like to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to include that element into my cast a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Just so y'all know. But yeah, hold up. Is it real? Say, look back in the day, the whites didn't want the Jews or Asians. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's real shit. Is it real? ADOS always feeling sorry for others and forgetting about the children has very... I'm trying to read, man. I know I can read. God damn. Let me go to the other. Maybe it look different on the other cast screen here. Looking back in the day, the whites didn't want the Jews or Asians. Word life. ADOS always feeling sorry for others and forgetting about the children has very who have holes in the blah. He finna say something. Who have holes in the goal. Oh, who have holes in their, okay, here you go. Who have holes in their shoes, bending over and allowing others to step on your back to get ahead. Real life, real the fuck life. Motherfuckers with holes in their shoes. And you gonna let a motherfucker step on your back, ladder up off you. Real shit. Real shit. Is it real? Step on your back to get ahead. And once they get where they want to be, ADOS is spit on. Yeah, real life. Real life. True life, man. Do not doubt that. Saying I agree totally. But anyway, yo, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, so you know when I'm dropping. Don't forget to check out my Teespring. You can get dope ass motherfucking shirts like this. Hoodies, short sleeves, long sleeves type shit. Right? It's called the Don't Like Mayo collection. I got my Don't Like Mayo collection. So check that out. Check that out. Matter of fact, the link is actually in the description to this Teespring, and then for my Teespring of, I pulled it up here. I got another Teespring for Make America Pay Again. Got to Make America Pay Again because they pay everybody else, so it's time to pay us again. Fuck the fuckery, right? And let me go back to the chat one quick second because, you know, I don't like to miss. Oh, yeah, one last thing. Since y'all here, now, that's all good. Is it real? Is it real? Say the messages won't let me finish my writing. That's all. It's you know. I hope it get better, man. I don't know what's up, man. I don't know why it don't let you finish what you writing. Alright, so one last thing I want to say. Yo, everybody who has made it to this chat today, make sure y'all check out my motherfucking Twitter. Yo, for those who made it and got within this deadline of my last competition, yo, expect to see your coupon 15% off or $4 off coupon or whatever coupon you decided to order. It's the coupon that never expires to my Teespring. You got that coming in your email. So thank you to everybody who subscribed to my Twitter this week. I know I just got it started back again a few days ago. It's been, reconnecting with certain people that I ain't seen in a while or whatever. And meeting a lot of new people, man, that fuck with my verbiage, my wordage when I go in on motherfuckers on fucking Twitter and shit. Alright? Yo, Marcus Temple say, pay what you weigh. Yeah. Hell yeah. Saying America has a heavy weight that it is thrust upon its shoulders for the fucker fucking with us, right? So, y'all know. But yeah, make sure y'all all go check out my Twitter, subscribe to my Twitter, or follow my Twitter. I will follow you back. It ain't no bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I don't, just somebody follow me, I'm gonna follow them back. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? It's P still DGAF. That's PSTILL DGAF. You know what I mean? Check me out. Yo, shout out to Marquez Temple on the super chat side of things. Yo, appreciate that, Marquez Temple. Can't say never done nothing for me, bro. Appreciate that, bro. Good looking now on the super chat, man. You know what I'm saying? From a man who never thought his channel would ever be monetized. I thought that my shit was just too rough for YouTube. I ain't never expected. I thought I would not be monetized like my idols. You know what I mean? I thought I would be demonetized and wouldn't have no opportunity to do no shit like this ever. So I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to keep growing the channel, keep pushing it, keep moving it, and see what the fuck don't happen. And I'm here, man. Goddamn, that shit's amazing to me, man. It's amazing to see that shit, yo. I'm really appreciative. I really thank you for that. Thank you, Marquez Temple. And Audie Be Fresh, you understand? I mean, but yeah, I'm gonna get it, y'all.